Hi everyone, Joe Vitale, American Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments Weekly Talking Points for the week ending March 18th. Let's get into stocks. The markets were higher around the world with the S&P gaining 6.9%, the Russell 2000 added 5.43%, and the NASDAQ rising 8.2%. International markets at the EFA increased 5.63%, and the emerging markets were up 3.51%. I know we haven't been talking about that in a long time. Everything's been down. So we're still very volatile. I mean, it's up and down, up and down. We just don't know where we're going with this. Stocks, the growth outperformed value by sector in the U.S. consumer discretionary and tech were the leaders, while energy utilities were the laggards. So fixed income, the Federal Reserve, as expected, raised the Fed funds rate by 0.25% from the near zero between 0.25 and 5.50. It was the first increase by the Fed since 2018, and the central bank predicted it would raise to 1.9 by year end and 2.80 by the end of 2024. Now, isn't this kind of funny? You know, you hear everything happening right now with Russia and the Ukraine, and then the oil prices, and now Powell at the Fed says, oh, we have a problem with inflation. Well, I think we should have seen that over a year ago when he said it was transitory. And now he sees, oh, it's not transitory. We should have been ahead of the curve instead of printing all this money. And now we're seeing that it's here. It's going to be here for a while. We actually have to raise interest rates to try to calm it down a little bit, which is kind of lousy, but it is what it is, right? So let's talk about Russia's invasion of the Ukraine is adding to uncertainty around the world, of course, which will likely boost inflation from the previous estimate of 2.6 to 4.3. and dampen the economic growth this year from 3.6 to 4.5 range to the 2.5 to 3% range. Now, I really don't expect we can blame Russia for the inflation, quite honestly, because that was way ahead happening. The oil prices were up over $1 a gallon, and inflation was already up before Russia even decided to go into Ukraine. So that was already happening, okay? So this is just making it even worse, right? Not good at all. But remember, we've been through this in 2018 with the China trade war. We were through this in 2001, 2, 3, 2008, 2015. We've had 15% drops all the time and have recovered. As we always talk about, being properly allocated, staying the course, not letting emotions get involved and ruining our fundamental approach to what we need to do, okay? Let's talk about commodities. With the war in the Ukraine, the price of wheat has increased dramatically in the past month. Russia and Ukraine together supply about 26% of the world's wheat exports, and shipments have already been disrupted. The contracted price of wheat for May delivery jumped 54% in just 9 trading days, starting February 23rd from $8.84 to $13.63 per bushel, before coming back to about $11 per bushel. So if you are gluten-free, this really doesn't matter, but it does affect most everybody, right? Economic data, wholesale prices rose a sharp 0.8% in February from January, the largest increase in 40 years. On a year-over-year basis, wholesale prices were up 10%. Core wholesale, which excludes food, energy, and retail, were up 6.6% year over year and is viewed by the Federal Reserve as a better indicator of inflation. Let's get into some company news. DocuSign, which is a contrarian choice, a Core Select, and a G33 holding, rose 27.33% last week. This was a sharp rebound following management's report of strong revenue and earnings growth in the previous week, combined with guidance that was below the consensus estimate. So last week, the CEO bought $5 million worth of company shares, which of course increased investor confidence. GI holdings in the technology software subsector, including PayPal, Snap, and Sprout Social, advanced 19.8% to 26.15% as the group rebounded from a period of decline due to valuation compression. That's it for the week. Thank you for being part of the ARA family. If you need to contact us, of course, 855-756-5700. Visit us at aradvisorsinc.com. Visit our Facebook or YouTube pages. Scan the QR code at the end of the video to subscribe to our newsletter. You should all be receiving the newsletter already, but if you're not, please do so. God bless you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.